absolutely. We spoke about the Orlando Takeover match on April the 1st, but then the following day, what about this, Damo? And
oh my God,
yourself in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I'm going to bring up the picture again because I mean that's a melee if ever I've seen it.
I can see myself now.
Can you see yourself? I did struggle to find you, but there's a hole. There's a hole.
I can see the ginger hair. That's the key.
But I mean, God. I don't think, as fans, I don't think we found out that you were going to be part of that until maybe the day of, possibly the day before. I don't know, something crazy like that. And I did pop when I kind of saw an image saying, right, Killian Dane's going to be in the Andre. So what? He's going to make his WrestleMania debut. But I mean, that must have been a hell of a thrill, especially coming off of the match the night before, that tremendous 8-man tag. But when did you find out you're going to be part of the Andre Battle Royal in front of 70,000 people in that fantastic, with some great talent? Tell us about it.
So the show was Sunday. We had the takeover on Saturday. I found out Friday night, and it blew my mind, man, because, it was very strict in NXT at that period. It was because they weren't sure how they wanted NXT to be yet. It was still in that kind of transition mode. So to be honest with you, I didn't even know if we were going to be allowed to be at WrestleMania. Like, we weren't sure yet really what. I think we found out, we're going to go and we're going to do whatever. And I was like, we weren't sure yet really because there was still a separation, And then they said, we're going to announce Tian Bing was one of the Chinese competitors. We're all like, we're all cheering, right? It was just the group of the lads and the girls were all together. And then they're like, and Killian Dane's also going to be in. I was like, and I did not see it coming. And you're just like, but they announced it in front of everybody. Everybody's around me. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! Like, and I'm sure it must have been hilarious because I'm like literally looking down, going, how the fuck do I deal with this? But like, it was very cool. And like getting that opportunity. So like in the moment, like in the ring and stuff like that, like I was fun. Like I don't get the butterflies and all that kind of stuff like at the time. I find all that stuff really easy. And I remember like, speaking to Shawn Michaels, he was like, do your best to try and take it in because as wrestlers, we do our best to just kind of like no-sell everything, as it's happening. But I did try when I'm walking down the ramp. My friend Sarah Logan got this brilliant shot of me walking down the ramp, like, and it, I've kept it. It's a really sick photo, and it was amazing that I got to do that opportunity. And when I think about all the people who were in that bloody ring, like the Usos and all, that was my first time, like, being in the ring with some of those lads. And there was the Brody Lee and stuff, so there was a lot of really cool guys there. Like
Strowman was there, and
it was Strowman, exactly. Big Show was there. Like there was like a ridiculous talent group there, and it was mind blowing that I was a part of it. Like, and then on the day, I get there, and they're like, right, we've got you going to the final three, and I'm like, what? They're like, do you know who Rob Gronkowski is? And I'm like, yeah, the football guy. Yeah. It's like, well, there's going to be shenanigans there, and I'm like, oh Christ, what? I'm just like, okay, smile and wave. That's kind of my philosophy anyway. But yeah, brilliant experience. Something I never thought would happen. When I first started wrestling, I genuinely thought that the concept of being on a WrestleMania would be, such a wide gap from where I had started. Yes, that gap shortened. Even when I was killing it in the Indies and stuff like that, I still didn't think like there'd be an opportunity to have that kind of time. And there you go. It happens. They just decide randomly you're going to do it. Okay, so you go and do it. You do your best. And had a lot of fun. Like I remember like leaving like as afterwards. It hit me afterwards. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in one of the boxes that they had for us, and I was sweating so much. It was so hot. Like I can't explain to you. Florida is warm the best of the times, but it was the middle of April. It was like 90 odd degrees, and I'm literally like in puddles of sweat, right?
Especially after just performing in a battle royal, yeah,
exactly. And there was no. The locker room was a tent, right? This giant tent, but it was like. You're trying to have something that's cool enough, and it was impossible to stay cool. You know what I mean? So, and I also didn't want to stay in the locker room because the lads had matches and stuff like that. So I go upstairs and I have a beer, and I'm just sitting there going, "Fucking hell, I can't believe I was on that bloody show." You know what I mean? And it was mind blowing. I got to meet like Roman Reigns. First time I met him, and he's like, he fucking grabs me and says, "If they tell you to shave your back, tell them to fuck off." And I was like, fucking yes. So I don't think I've said that one publicly. So there you go. There's a little little bonus for you, Jonas. But I respect, and I got like John Cena and stuff like that. Like, it was very fucking cool. And like, there's just people who've got enough to worry about on that day, and they were all fucking cool. But one of the coolest parts of it, right? I didn't even know that the Hardy Boys were there. So when I went upstairs, I actually got to see that as a surprise, and it was very fucking cool that they returned. They kept it all super secret, literally. Even from us backstage, even, you know what I mean. And I was in catering plenty. Of course, I was in catering. Look at me. I was in catering plenty. I was backstage plenty and whatever else. And the fact that they managed to keep it was very cool. So that was awesome, because I was a Hardy Boys fan as a kid.
Oh, nice.
To see them and stuff. And then I got to see them after and stuff. And I worked Jeff a bunch later on, which was very cool. So I'd seen Matt on the Indies. We'd done a couple of shows together and stuff. So it was very cool to see them again and whatever. It was very awesome. So it was a really cool experience. For a variety of reasons, but also because some of my mates were actually in the crowd, like by accident, just happened to be going to Orlando for Mania. So I still get the occasional photo sent to me. Oh, I was here. And I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So, and they didn't know I was going to be involved until literally the last minute. So, for that stuff to happen was all very cool coincidences. You know what I mean? But yeah, great experience.
Absolutely.
And like for all the fans who were tweeting me and messaging me after. Really appreciate it. It was an awesome, and I think that announced me almost to the wrestling world. You know what I mean? Because not everybody watched NXT. They were like, "Who's this fucking big hairy troll?" You know what I mean? And I realized I had a very unique look. So.
But I mean, you was only probably 6 months into being signed. So I mean,
if even.
Oh,